Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? Once again, it is a Sunday, a little bit after 3 o'clock Central Standard Time. So, y'all know what that means. This is another episode of Book Talk Live. If you're watching it, then that means that 9 times out of 10, we just did some pretty amazing stuff over the weekend. And this weekend is no different. We actually had the opportunity yesterday to launch 18 phenomenal, powerful, powerhouse authors, leaders in their respective fields, to Amazon #1 in 11 categories. Um, so today we are joined by the authors of The Impacts of Influence, Volume 5. How y'all doing today? How's everybody doing?
Doing great.
Fabulous.
Absolutely. And what y'all can't see is all the energy and the excitement that's happening behind the scenes. So what I'm gonna do is today is probably a kickback day for me because I get a chance to introduce my brother from another mother, who has led this series. This is volume 5 of the book. We've done all 5 of the books. And when I say this man is a man of his word, he's a man that is doing major things. If you haven't checked him out, you can catch him on YouTube, you can catch him on LinkedIn, you can catch him on Instagram, you can catch him on Facebook, Twitter, like you name it. Um, Everywhere you're trying to be, he's there already. Speaking at schools, speaking at businesses, he is doing the the doggone thing, right? Mr. Chip Baker, what's going on today, Chip?
Man, let's go. It's been a great weekend. Go get it, baby. It's been a great weekend for us. We've hit #1 in 11 categories. Man, such a blessing. We're truly grateful for you, Sugar Ray, and BOBM Publishing Company, and all of the great things that you guys do. Truly grateful for the authors for signing up just to say yes. Right? They didn't have to say yes, but they chose to say yes, and so my hope is that this journey is great for them, and then the families and friends that have supported us and are making sacrifices to allow us to do what we do and love and our passion. And so, just want to start off by saying thank you to everybody because this ride and this journey is so amazing. And so, um, what we want to do today is just highlight the authors. They're gonna, come on and briefly just give you a little bit about who they are, their chapters, what they wrote about, and then let you have their social media so you can go check them out and show them some love, please, as well as all of you people that's out there that's interested, possibly maybe writing books. BOBM is where it's at. So check it out. Sugar Ray does a great job. And so without further ado, I want to get in and start highlighting these amazing people. So we're going to start off with my guy, Dr. Carlton Todd. Doc, you're up.
Good afternoon, everybody. I want to first take this opportunity to thank Chip as well as Sugar Ray for this opportunity. My name is Carlton Todd. You can follow me on Facebook at Carlton Todd. You can follow me on Instagram at Carlton Todd 94, and you can follow me on Twitter at Carlton Todd 5. I'm excited about this about our book. Everybody remember their best leader, but I want you to remember your worst leader. And so that's kind of what I did in this chapter is I remember my worst leader. And everything that I remember about this worst leader, I want to make sure that I do not emulate or repeat that cycle. And so the title of my chapter is Loser to Winner. I had a teacher at a very young age that told me that I was going to be a loser, that I wouldn't graduate from high school, that she would read about all the bad things that I would do in the future in the paper. And so I took that loser standpoint and became a winner. And I began to empower and I began to inspire and I began to encourage not only myself, but that's my job and that's my purpose to do that as well with everybody that I come in with. I always remember winners find a way to win. Winners never run out of time. They just go into overtime. Losers are the one that sit back, make complaints, and make excuses why they cannot make it. But as long as you got a will and a right to want to win, you can win. You got to talk about winning. You got to walk like a winner. You got to think like a winner. But most importantly, you got to start surrounding yourself with winners. Not winning is never an option. How I will win is, as winners, we're never out of options. As Chip would say, go get it.
Let's go. Awesome, Doc. All right, good deal. All right, our next author that we're going to bring up and highlight is my brother Charles Woods.
Man, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Chip. Like always, Sugar Ray, thank you so much for what you do for us in BOBM Publishing. Man, you do a great job. This is my fourth time in this series. I've been in 1, 2, 4, and now 5, and it's been a great ride. It's been an easier and easier process to go through with BOBM Publishing, and of course with my brother Chip has made it a comfortable, easy ride to get onto, man. I never envisioned myself as an author. But again, my name is Charles Woods. I am a servant leader, 20 plus years in education, multiple time best-selling author. I'm a family man, and I live a great life every day. This chapter that I focused on in this book is called My First Real Influence. I wanted to pay homage to my oldest sister, who unselfishly, lovingly took care of me through times that were difficult in our family, and through times that she struggled and she had her own difficulties going on as well. But she still took the time to pour into me like I was her son. I was her younger brother, and she loved me like no other. So I have to pay homage to her. She taught me some vital traits in life. She taught me strength, resilience, and love, and she still displays those today. Without this beautiful woman, I would not be who today. It's a virgin. I ought to be ashamed of myself. I should have talked about it in the first version, but this lady here has given me everything that I have in myself and my being today, and I love her more than anything, and I just want to attribute that to her in this version. This book is full of powerful you need to go out and get this book. Something is going on in your life, whatever that may be. There's a chapter that can touch you in this book. I have, like I've said, I've been in 4 of these. Each one of them has changed me personally, has made me a better person, and I know that it can do the same for you. You can reach me on social media, Charles Woods, WW, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all those platforms. You can reach me there. Like my man Chip Baker says all the time, go get it. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Before we go on, I want to send a special shout out to one of our authors, Miss Tamika Chop Martin. She's on the backstage. I want her to know that we are excited to hear her speak on this platform. So I want to make sure that she knows that. And when she gets on, it's going to be on. So you get ready for her, okay? I'm just warning you. And speaking of warning you, coming up with our next author, it's about to get hot. So our next author, DP, Derek Pearson. Let's go.
Oh, brother Chip Baker. Thank you, man. Love you as blood, man. I can't even tell you, yes, Sugar Ray, how much I appreciate and respect every single thing that you've done. The folks at BOBM Publishing. Listen, my name is a part of this chapter, right? What's your name, little boy? And it is the statement, it is the brand, it is how you live, it is the actions that match those things. And Sugar Ray and Chip, to tell you the biggest compliment I can give you is that I trust you with my name because you've added to it. You've added to it. That thing you talked about, talking about 10-time best-selling author, y'all did that. Y'all did that, and I am grateful for it. It is a thing of truth. It is an honor to be with you folks today. This is my 22,044th day, and I get to spend it with y'all, and it's special. This is my 3,049th Sunday on this place, in this space, and I get to spend it with y'all. It's the only one I get. So I got to celebrate it. And the fact that I get to celebrate it with you, celebrating this thing, celebrating how much love I'm actually covered in, And all of these chapters, all of these authors spun a beautiful, caring, thoughtful, insightful, purposeful love story. Like, that's how you know you're living right and you're loving right, that you got to write a love story about the people who impacted and influenced you. And in this space that we're in, we often miss the forest for the trees. But in this thing, the second person that ever loved me in this world, my mother, the Queen Elizabeth, was the first one. Her mother was the second. Like, loved me in an absolute way. The definition of love in its fullest, the definition of impact and influence, when done well and done properly, is love. And this woman, this tiny giant of a woman, who would hold my hand, who would hold my face and just get close and say, "What's your name, little boy?" Not in the question, but in actually inputting an answer, actually putting force and good in the answer. That you are, when I tell you, little boy, you are a child of God, that's your name. Amen. Like, when you walk out in the streets, your name is the thing. And there are going to be times in your life, good and bad, where somebody's going to ask you, "What's your name?" And you have to be able to tell them in full, honestly, authentically, who you are. Because that's all there is, and that's why we're here. And then to pay attention when somebody gives your name. Sugar Ray, in your name, baby, you letting them know you're adding to. You're not just going to give them that. Chip Baker chipped in. You're going to add to your name. Like, that thing is powerful in this. All of you authors, you added to your name yesterday in the work that you did. You changed the way people say your name, the way the respect that has to be added to it. The chapter was, "What's your name, little boy?" And I'm blessed that every day, as a coach, as a mentor, as an educator, as a mentor, as the owner of a radio station, I get a microphone every day and I get to tell people my name. And then I give them a space where they can tell me theirs. And it is the greatest honor and tribute and absolute respect I can give to listen and to pay attention. So when you get this book, and you are going to go and get this book because it's worth it for you, in this space, people are going to make you understand that you have an impact, you are influential. And because you care and you're going to add love to it, you're going to do right by it. And they're going to know your name and respect your name. To all of you authors, I'm just here today to celebrate all of y'all, because guess what? Y'all did the dang thing. You've added respect to your name. You added power to your name. And most importantly, you added love. And that's how I know I'm in the right group with the right people. We did your dang thing. You did it. Those three things I like to say is worthy and true to all of you. Thank you for letting me be a part of your lives and your story. Love you for what you did, who you are, and how you did it. And then, well done, well done, well done. Best-selling authors all. Well done.
Boom. Awesome. Before we go on, I want to send a shout out to one of the authors. I'm going in alphabetical order in the book, Mr. Bruce Villarreal. He's not on, but I wanted to make sure I send a shout out to him as well, so you guys will know about him. Go check him out. Mr. BV, the original, is his social media. But our next author that we will highlight is Jennifer Perez Solar. Let's go.
Well, that's a hard act to follow right there, because, and this is what I love about this. My platform is love. So when I hear Derek talking about love, I'm like, this is the right place to be. So it's the collective energy that I'm so excited about. And I talk about that. My feeling, my gut is that there's a lot of hurt in the world over the last few years. I talk about the influencer. My article is, or my chapter is called The Influencer. And it's the time period that we've experienced over the last few years. It's about losing loved ones. It's about getting closer and connected with loved ones. It's about the isolation, but it's also about the reintegration. Getting back into the society, getting back into community. So love is what it's all about. I like to call it a love style, not a lifestyle, because I think that that's what we're learning through this. My but my chapter is just one small chapter in this book of these talented, powerful people. And I'm so excited to know that we're all making an impact with that influencer. The influencer has made an impact on us, but we're making an impact on the world. So it's a global platform. I think that's the next step. And it's something that we're all interested in and wanting to really spread the word. It's about the word. So keep love on the forefront. Know that the energy in the world is something that we can all be a bigger part of. We are healers. We are healers of the world. So take that little piece of love and spread that. I am a newborn care specialist. I guess I should have said this at the beginning, and a parent educator. So I've always been involved with families in the beginning of their creation. And I think that love is where that stems from. So let's all raise your hands up and just be here for each other. Go out and get this book, because there's going to be a lot more that you're going to want to glean from it. There's a lot more you're going to want to learn from it. You can reach me on social media under Jennifer Perez Solar and almost any other aspect. I have Twitter, Facebook, all of them, Instagram, and LinkedIn.
Awesome.
Thank you, Chip, and thank you, Sugar Ray.
Yes, thank you. Thank you so much, Jennifer. So when we're on, sometimes we say my brother or my sister, but in this case, like, it's for real sisters, right? So Jennifer Perez Solar and Jessica Perez, they are actually sisters. And so I wanted to make sure that I give everybody the heads up on that. And I'm so grateful to have both of them in the Volume 5, amazing ladies that have done so many great things to influence and impact others. And I'm truly grateful to have them on. So Jessica, take it away.
Awesome. Well, thank you. And it's kind of cool going right after my sister, my real sister, like you said.
Yes.
For sure. Yeah, she's always had my back from the time we were little. It was like I kind of tagged along. I felt like Charles with his sister, So it's awesome to be in this book with her. Like my sister, we were educators from the get-go. She educated me on a family level, right? And then we both went into the education field. So my background, well, first of all, you're going to see a little J-Lo name in there. That's because I'm probably the shortest Jessica you've ever met, 4'11", but I'm packing a big punch, so watch out. That's right. Look at Petra. She's like, what? Volleyball, basketball, softball in high school, and then 2 sports in college too, but that's a whole nother story. So look, yes, at the end of the day, it's all about who you are and what you do with the experiences that you have. And that's really what my chapter focuses on. See, my background goes from an educator to an athletic director. I was a coach, like on the field and courts and things like that. But I also was a Parks and Rec professional. I wanted to serve the world and city government. Kind of cool, right? So I did that for a nice stint. And then I actually was a nonprofit executive director. I started thinking about some things that I've had my hands on and laid my hands in. And actually the biggest impact, I think, is what I do today. And what is that? It's coaching people and letting them know that they too can be bigger than who they were before by taking negative experiences, right? And turning them into impactful positives. So my chapter title, Turning Negatives into Impactful Positives. I talk about 3 different experiences that I had. One as a kid. My sister probably remembers that one. It was an interesting thing, where you kind of get picked on a little bit, or your sister, your younger sister might, and how I rose up and took the reins and said, you know what, that's not going to happen here. And being the smallest one in the room was kind of an interesting moment, if you will. I don't know if you've ever felt that way yourself, but it's kind of a cool moment to share with the world. And then I share 2 more experiences, and I can't wait for you to dive in, because if we can take negative experiences, turning them into positive influences, guess what we can do? We can leave an imprint. We can leave an imprint. And to me, that's really what we're here on this earth for so many reasons, for the higher power, and for so many more. And so doing this with my sister has been awesome. Chip, thank you for that opportunity. You can find me on, you name the social media platform, Jessica Perez, but I throw the J-Lo in the middle. So Jessica J-Lo Perez, right? And at the end of the day, we're here to serve. So I'm super grateful to serve with not only you all, the readers, but all these other amazing authors here. And Chip, we're going to go get it like a lot. So watch out, world, because we're coming out. Anybody wants to come to Florida, come to our book signing, because we're going to do that. We're going to make it happen, Chip. All right. So we're excited to be here with you. So thank you so much for this time. Sugar Ray, as always, you're amazing. Thank you for giving us the platform to do this.
All right. Thank you so much, Jess. Now we're going to turn it over to Sugar Ray. We'll go to a commercial.
I'm here. I'm just waiting on the. I don't know. It seems like today, you know, that the energy is so hot. You've heard the saying as a speaker that the microphone is so hot when you get on after somebody, and that's what it feels like right now. Like each one of y'all are leaving the room, so it's so extremely hot. But as always, we got to take a quick commercial break and just to hear a word from our sponsors, and we'll be right back with you in about 2 and 2.
If I can just keep it just all the way, just 100 with you. Like for me, BOBM
is coming. I know.
This is the company that helped me to take what was, how can I put it? What was just an idea, right, in my mind. And it sounded good when I said it to my students that, hey, I'm going to write a book. But then allow that to now become something that's not just realized. I've not only wrote 1 book, but I've written 3, or actually 4 books. This will be the 5th book that I've either wrote or helped to write. You know, 3 of those have become #1 bestsellers, 2 Amazon bestsellers, and 1 of them is international bestseller. And I'm just saying, like, if it wasn't for BOBM, and not just the publishing side and the writing the book side, but I'm talking about the coaching, right? Helping me to understand that, you know what, this isn't just pages that are collected and put into a book. No, this right here is a whole business, something that can generate multiple streams of income. And that's exactly what it's done for me. It's opened up the doors for speaking opportunities, opened up the doors for me to earn revenue off of the book sales, off of courses that I've created based on the book, leadership development programs school-based programs that I put together based around this book right here, right? And so it's allowed me to bring in a community of fathers, right, and help build up fathers. And so this thing has done numbers for me, for my family, and for the community that I serve. And so BOBM is nothing short of amazing. My coach, Sugar Ray Destin Jr., like for real, like he is the real deal. And so I'm more than grateful to have crossed paths and continue to do work with BOBM. If there's anybody that's on the fence and you're like, man, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't, listen to me. Listen to me. Stop playing games. If you got a story to share, you need to put that in the book. And if you're gonna put it in the book, don't just try to wing that thing, right? You need a coach. I promise you, you need a coach, you need a community. You need somebody that has a proven track record, right? That's going to get your book positioned the right way in the marketplace. And that's none other than Sugar Ray Destin Jr. And his team. I'm telling you, BOBM is the real deal. Go ahead and put your money where your mouth is and make it happen.
All right. I guess we
all right.
Sometimes when you are doing something, like I said, at this level, I guess StreamYard is like, listen, you giving us too much right now, right? So I thank y'all for sticking with us through the commercial. And we're back. I'm gonna go ahead and bring my guy Chip back up to introduce the next author.
You know, just kind of like how he said, man, it's crazy. Like we've been on interviews before in the past with the impact of influence, where the internet is just going off because it's so hot. And so I mean we're accustomed to it, so we just gonna make it work. Either way, we're still gonna keep giving you the energy, keep giving you the love, keep giving you the gratitude and appreciation. And so we're gonna figure it out, whatever it is, and we're thankful for everybody for being on. But we'll continue. I don't think my guy, Mr. Johnny Martinez Carroll, is on, but I want to make sure that I, show him some love and send him a shout out as well. So please, he's one of the authors. Please go follow him, check him out. The next author is Miss Jordan Lewis. She's doing some amazing things. Her and her husband, Lorenzo, was in one of the previous Impact of Influence books. And so together as a couple, they're doing some amazing things to make an impact and influence across the world. And then Jose Escobar, Joshua Oganyemi, couple great authors. Again, I don't know, everybody that's in the books is just powerful, amazing people that's doing great things. But I just want to make sure that I'm sending them, proper due shout outs as we go through. But our next author that we have on is Dr. Lindsay Almquist.
Well, hello and happy Sunday. Go get it, Chip. Thank you so much.
Let's go.
Let's go. Thank you, Sugar Ray. Thank you to our publisher. You can see my son in the back. We are celebrating his 5th birthday. So this is mom life, as all of us live life in complex layers of all of who we are. So thank you again for having us. I'm honored and just so grateful, Chip, for you in our life. We cannot stress that enough, that if it wasn't for you, none of this would exist. And BOBM Publishing, Sugar Ray, thank you. Much love to everybody in the house today. It's a beautiful day. Can't believe December 4th. I cannot believe that. A little bit about me. I'm the proud executive director of school leadership and campus support in Austin ISD. I serve over 14,000 of our secondary schools, predominantly south of the river in Austin, and then 3 special campuses. And I'm honored to be a leader for our students in public education. I am also a very proud wife to my husband, Cody. Hi, everybody. This is Cody. A little snap feature as I get to speak about him in my chapter. And the things in our lives that we all go through, you never really know what love can be until you see it in the hardest of times, the lowest of lows. We struggled with infertility for a very long time, and was blessed with an ICSI IVF baby, our first child, Ellis, and she was born January 1st of 17, and then 8 weeks later, we conceived unexpectedly, very, very unexpectedly, Briggs. And so he was born December 4th of 2017. They're Irish twins. And so I just stop right now, and I think of each of you, all of us that have gone through infertility. If you are going through it today, you are not alone. And Hebrews 6:15 says that God will, as he did with Abraham, fulfill your promises. It's not going to look maybe the way it looked for us. It may. But I will tell you, you will have your promises fulfilled, however he knows is best for your life. And I do believe that 100%. I want you to know that you are thought of, and you're being thought of right now. I pray for people that are going through it. Cody and I both do. We know it's a very excruciating time. And it rocked our world. And it made us a lot stronger, though. And so I want you to know that you're being thought of. And one of the things that it taught me is what a spouse really is. You never really know what life is like until you have a spouse that stands up for you and sticks up for you in the hardest of times. And it wasn't actually until just recently in the last couple of years that I didn't think he was going to leave, and we're about to celebrate 10 years. And that's what divorce will do to you. That's what this world will think of your life. It will make you doubt everything. And I just want to just put power into people in this space that are listening today, that you have the power to make your marriage the greatest, and you have the power to find someone. When you have the power to not find anybody, you don't have to be married. That's like a false reality. But if you do, and God has laid that on your heart, I know that you will find someone. And you just wait. God will fulfill. He has provided me, as he will for you, much more than I ever dreamed. And I'm so, so grateful for that. Forever grateful for that. Last year, we endured some really hard times. We lost my papa. And on Cody's birthday, he held my papa's hand as he was going away. And then we lost Cody's dad. And we also lost our uncle 9 days apart. And it killed us. But you know, guys, I hate that saying, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Instead, for me, it's more of like what builds you as a family keeps you connected together to build strength. And we as a family in this group right now are stronger together. We are all better together. And I do strongly believe that in a world that continues to divide and thinks about all the things that do separate us, because there are many things that can separate us, that we can find things that bring us together and make this world better, as well as our marriages, our relationships, our friendships, and bring together people like Chip has done. And I believe if more people were like Chip, we would have a better world. And so I just want to take this time to, again, say thank you. Thank you to my loving husband. I'm a very proud wife and a proud mama, proud daughter, proud sister, proud granddaughter. And we are all very complex layers, and God is just so good. And He has just been such a precious, precious human feeling, not just a spiritual feeling. I have felt Him physically in my life so many times. And we do in our marriage, and we're so grateful for that. With that being said, you can find me on Twitter at Serving Kids, just all one word, at Serving Kids. And then Dr. Lindsay Almquist, that's on LinkedIn and all my other social medias. Big hug, happy Sunday, God bless, and Sugar Ray, as well as Mr. Chip Baker, much love.
Awesome. Good deal. All right. Our next author we will highlight is Megan Marie Randall.
What's happening? I hope you guys can hear me okay. I'm on the road, and I'm going to have to show off my son too and follow Doc's footsteps. So Drake, you want to say hi? Hey. My travel buddy. We're going across the country to go see family, loved ones, and make more sales of our book, because that's what I do best. If you guys want to follow me, I have 2 Instagram accounts. So first and foremost, that's at Blueyez, BLUEYEZZ 0124. And then you got at Megan Marie 0124. One is for my insurance business. The other is for the book and my side hustle that I got going on with Megan Marie Entity. That's also meganmarieentity.com. You guys can hop on my website, check out everything that I do. But guys, oh my gosh, huge shout out to Mr. Baker. Listen, man, I am so blessed I met you. I don't know how many times I can say that in one day, but you are one of the most incredible human beings that were born on this planet. And Sugar Ray to BOBM, I can't believe this. We are Amazon bestsellers, and we got a publisher. How freaking amazing is that? I'm on cloud 9 right now, and that kind of mingles in with my chapter, which is called Dream It, Do It. It's, basically about, everybody has these dreams, but you guys can't be sitting on your dreams. Don't treat your dreams like a fantasy in a storybook that'll never happen. You guys have to be courageous and go out there and make it real. Don't be scared. That little fear you got, whether it's wearing that bikini or that cute dress or that outfit, whether it's that love, whether it's that new job, I don't know what it is in your life, but something that you can't quit thinking about every single day. You guys got to go for it. You guys cannot be scared on your own dreams. Don't limit yourself. And we've mentioned it before, but it doesn't matter what part of your journey you're on or how old you are, whether you're just starting a new goal or new opportunity, whether you guys are in the middle of something or thinking about going somewhere else, or whether you're just a veteran at what you're doing and need a little pep in your step. This book is for you. You have just heard so many people with their own little stories that influence so many people, no matter what part of your journey you're on. So I'm not lying. This is the perfect stocking stuffer. You need to get this for your kids and teach your kids now how to be the most amazing people in our new generation. And I am so grateful. I was courageous. I can be so introverted. I know it doesn't look like that right now, and on top of that, like with my insurance company, I've been the record breaker for years, and I'm an introvert. That's crazy to say that. Sales and introvert, the same thing, but it's because I took that fear and I was like, you know what? I can only control 2 things every day. That's my attitude and my efforts. God, I'm going to do what I can and let God handle the rest. Do my best and let God handle the rest. There it is. And you know what? He made things happen for me. I had faith. I trusted in him. And that's exactly what I did by reaching out to Miss Scott, who was in the previous book, and telling Chip, listen, thank you. thank you for this book. I grabbed that thing and I read it front to back in one day because it was incredible. And this one is going to be mind-blowing, by the way. But sometimes that's all it is one simple, tiny step that you got to take to go towards those dreams and make it real. If I wouldn't have taken that one step and reached out and said thank you to Chip, I wouldn't be here right now with these amazing, beautiful souls. So it is just the tiniest little things, the tiniest little efforts and tiniest little habits that you guys got to start doing right now, today, and that's buying this book. I hope you all have a Merry Christmas. I am so grateful to be here.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Megan. Truly appreciate it. Next author that we want to highlight is Melanie Ake, and she's not on. She's with a family member, so we want to send some love and prayers her way. But before we go to our next author, we'll hit a commercial. So, commercial break.
Experience with BOBM has been the most outstanding experience I've ever experienced in my life. I'm gonna try to get through this without emotionally breaking down. When I didn't see a way, BOBM, Sugar Ray Destin, saw a way for me to be able to put everything that was inside of me out into and onto paper, to where I was able to see something good that I didn't think was no good come out. When I look at everything that BOBM that I've learned that's been deposited into me, I realized that everything that I thought was of no good, that meant nothing to me, it was something. BOBM helped me to connect with myself in a powerful way, to where I'm able to birth out things to where I want to be able to help people. I want to see people grow. I want to see people develop. I want to see people that think things that's impossible can be possible. I found that through BOBM when I didn't even see a way, but BOBM saw a way.
And as Miss Nisi always likes to say, some of you guys, you don't know her, boom. And when she gets going, she'll double up on it. Boom to boom. So I had to hit one of those. That's Miss Nisi that just gave the commercial break there. Amazing lady, amazing author. All right. So we'll finish up now with our next authors coming up. And our next author will be Miss Petra Krebs.
Boom is right. Oh my gosh. The energy in this room is off the charts. So just everybody that's already shared, it's amazing. I've got chills. I'm fired up. I just love being here. Thank you so much, Chip Baker, for a seat at this table. Like, you know, it wasn't something I thought about, imagined, and Chip and I met with mutual work that we do, and your invitation changed everything about me because it challenged me to dig deeper. I always knew I was a helper. I always knew I wanted to empower others. And my energy has really always gone out to see those things in others. But this book, the question was, what's impacted you? Who's influenced you? And it really had me dig deeper. And we all have that seed inside of us that has been that impact or influence in our life. So just a little bit about me. I am a John Gordon certified speaker. If you're not following best-selling author John Gordon, it's Jon. That's a full circle moment. All his books are back there on my shelf. If you can see him, you know, those books, but full circle moment speaking and training on his behalf. His work shaped my entrepreneurial path and journey. And so I'm on his small but mighty speaker team. I'm also a trainer and I am a strengths coach. So if you're familiar with Gallup, they're an 80-year-old research company. Lots of surveys, lots of research, but they also have a coaching program, which has allowed me to help others ignite their strengths and talents. So again, my energy's always gone out to do that. but Gallup and StrengthsFinder has really allowed it to do for myself. So one of the things as a speaker, trainer, and coach that I do is ask you to dig deeper and do things that I have done too. So now I can add co-author to this. So BOBM Publishing, oh my gosh, if you want to co-author or author anything, you've got to come to this place. I'm telling you, there's like magic happening behind the scenes. We just kind of show up and we're #1 Amazon bestsellers. I mean, it's amazing, Sugar Ray. Thank you for this journey. You've made it so smooth and so fun and so impactful. So I just appreciate everything that you're doing behind the scenes that, you know, I know that we can't see all of it, but we've seen a lot of it and you're working really hard. So again, adding co-author to the things I do, but really it comes from the heart of being an educator. I started my career as a teacher and became a corporate trainer, and then fell into, I say fell, but really it was choices I made, into direct sales. So I was actually the leader of a team of entrepreneurs, thriving, amazing entrepreneurs, 250 of them for over a decade. And that taught me more about leadership and team development than any degree or certification I hold to this day. Because when you're boots on the ground and you are with people and you're doing life with people, like all of us authors, we are doing life together. That's when the magic happens. And so I learned a lot. And going back to the impact of influence of John Gordon, his work really was my framework. But when Chip asked the question of the impact and influence of a person or an event, I really had to dig deeper and go back to the root of where it all started. Why is my heart to help? Why does my energy go out to others? Why am I so passionate about all the certifications, all the learning, all the degrees I have so that I can be better to help others be better? It's because I started from that seed of that first life-defining moment. And so that's the title of my chapter, A Life-Defining Moment. We have many of them. I've certainly had many of them in my lifetime. I've been married 28 years now. I'm an empty nester. My children are adults. So yeah, there's been lots of life-defining moments. But when you think about your life, and even as you're listening to us here today, I urge you to go back to that first life-defining moment. You know, when you're living life and everything is good, and the life-defining moment can be great, can be a good one, or it can be traumatic. It can be a change or a shift. But I want you to go back to that time when something shifted in your core, when you were no longer seeing the world the way you had always seen it. So for me, that first life-defining moment was when my parents immigrated to the United States. I'm a first-generation immigrant. I didn't speak English. I looked different, talked different, dressed different. It was really the first time that my core changed. And I didn't like who I was becoming. I was allowing that life-defining moment to define me. And my chapter is about tools and processes and lessons that I want to pass on to you so that you, because like I said, we'll have many life-defining moments, so that you don't allow that moment to define you, but that you realize you have the choice to define it. You have the choice to define and to react to that life-defining moment however you want. And I would say what's inside your core of who you want to be and how you want to present yourself to the world. And so for me, it started really, really simple. So I share these 3 simple steps, and I share other impactful tools that will navigate and hopefully help you navigate your journey. But the first 3 tools I share is, it's about your body language. So that young girl that immigrated all that time ago walked around school campus with her head down, her arms crossed, and I wasn't looking at anyone. And I was praying every night, dear God, make me invisible. Well, when you're walking around with your head down and angry and sad, you kind of just tend to stand out amongst the crowd. And God kept putting me in situations in my life to stand out, because you know what? All of you here today, all of us co-authoring this book, all of us were created not to blend in. You were created to stand out. We all have unique gifts and talents. And that little girl back then didn't know it, and she lost herself. And it was really a decision to just start changing my body language and my posture before I could speak the words or communicate with people or connect with them. So started with uncrossing my arms, lifting my head. And Joshua, one of our authors, shared yesterday when we met that putting a smile on your face, even if sometimes you don't feel like it, because people can't connect with you when your arms are crossed and your head is down and you're not making eye contact. So if you're in a season right now of a life-defining moment and you have your arms crossed and your head down, we co-authors want you to know this book is a gift to give you tools to help you uncross the arms, lift your head, hopefully put a smile on your face. And one day we want to see your story in a book like this. We want you to join us. We hope that this book gives you the courage and the wisdom and the power and the energy to find yourself in your own story. So thank you, Chip, for making me dig deep into my own story, to share it, to really embrace it. I want to thank the co-authors. I consider myself a lifelong learner, and I've learned so much from your stories. My favorite thing in the whole world is other people's story. That little girl all that time ago, and this woman speaking to you here today, constantly is looking for people who choose hope. She's constantly looking for people who choose positivity. We've got 18 authors, co-authors here who have that, right? Including this publishing company, choosing hope, choosing positivity. And we want to invite you into our journey. So you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn at Petra Krebs. I hope you connect with me. I want to hear about your story and how we can come alongside to make this world a better place. Somebody said it earlier, we're all better together. So thank you for a seat at this table. I will cherish it for a lifetime. Thank you.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much, Petra. Good job. All right. Our next author that we will highlight is Coach RJ Barsh, and he's not on, but great guy as well. He's assistant basketball coach at Florida State University. So, please go check out his movement, the things that he does. Great stuff he has going on. He's been doing that for a while. And then our next author that is on with us is Miss Tamika Chop Martin. Let's go.
Woo, let's go, man. I know our time is limited, but that girl is gonna go fast. I'll talk fast. So who am I? Man, I'm a believer. I'm a daughter. I'm a sister. I'm a wife. I'm a mother. I'm an educator, a trainer, a speaker, an entrepreneur. I'm an elevator and a motivator. But my name is Tamika Chop Martin, and I'm so blessed to be part of this opportunity. Like I told my boy Chip, that's my homeboy. We go way back. I said, you know what? Impact of Influence, Volume 5 is all the way live. These authors, I'm so full over here, ready to go. We will not grow weary in doing good, for at a proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. Guess what? It's harvest time, and the words of our mouth and the meditation of our heart is going to be pleasing in the sight of the Lord, because we got a whole bunch of stories that are about to blow y'all out of the water. So again, my name is Tamika Chop Martin. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on LinkedIn, and you can find me on Twitter at Tamika Chop Martin. I told y'all that girl is blessed, booked, and busy. So you can find me on Instagram at Unyielding Realty Group, because I'm also a realtor. I'm addicted to knowledge. I could be addicted to a lot of things, but I'm addicted to knowledge. And you can also find me at Glam and Girlfriends LLC. That's my new business I just started. And the Glam stands for Go Getter. Go get it. Like my boy Chip say, go getter, leader, advocator, motivator. Again, I'm so blessed to be a part of this opportunity. My journey in this book starts with grief. My chapter is called Grief to Greater. So when I'm thinking about what has influenced and what has made me be an impactful individual in this life, it has to be with grief. My first experience with grief was with me losing my brother to a drunk driver at the age of 6, and he was 3, and I witnessed it myself, me and my brother. The culmination of that grief happened recently, last year in October of 2021, when I lost my mother. So if anybody has lost their mother, it makes you feel like that you are an orphan, because the only person that you have been inside of, if you look at your navel and see, that's the only person in this world that you were ever connected to on that level. So I'm gonna tell you like this, it's a lot of fire in this book. We are putting this out into the world. Thank you so much to Chip, my homeboy Chip. Thank you so much to B.O.B. Sugar Ray, we doing it. We about to look, you about to be like Sugar Ray in that ring. We about to knock this thing out of the park. I love you guys. Go get the book, Grief to Greater. I want you to remember to grieve and grind in the morning move because we have to do it. Let's go.
Let's go. I love it. Blessed, booked, and busy. I love it. That's facts. Hey, that's facts right there. All right. Last but not least, and I'll say this one. So Victor Pisano, this is the third volume that he's been in, and how we do it in the book is we go alphabetical order. And so Victor said, "I'm gonna change my name to Aaron." Aaron is up next.
Yeah, I'm up 2 A's, and if necessary 3. You're gonna fight me for them.
Aaron.
I'm gonna tell you something though. I will take any place in a book by Chip Baker. I don't care where I am, front, middle, end. I'm just blessed. Hey, first and foremost, I got to give a shout out to our gracious host. You call him Sugar Ray. I call him Oz, because that man just stays behind the curtain and he does all those controls and gets everything. He's got his staff working, and all he does is bless us. For me, with 3 bestsellers, and I can't thank him enough. Number 2, I got to thank Chip Baker. Chip, you're my refuser. You refuse to let me say one day. You refuse to let me stay in a comfort zone. You refuse to let me have an excuse. You push me. And those are the people we need in our life. I call them quarters and nickels. Do I want 20 nickels or do I want 4 quarters? And with Chip Baker, man, I got a quarter in my life and I'm going to hold on to it. So thank you, Chip. It's an amazing time. I don't think it's anything that's mistaken, but the fact of the matter is this book is out in December. This is a time of gratitude, right? Last night, I spent a wonderful evening reading the ebook. Go to Amazon, get that ebook. I read the entire thing last night, and I speak for every author in this book when I tell you there's a bit of gratitude in every single one of their chapters. And that's a beautiful thing because this is the season of gratitude. So if you aren't buying 2, 3, 4, 5 copies of this book, you are missing out on something, because you get 18 perspectives of love, respect, gratitude, empathy, respect, everything you can imagine in one book. And I'm blessed to be a part of it. An amazing group of people. My chapter is entitled The Power of One. You know, in the first 2 books with Chip, I was blessed to talk about people who made an impact in my life, people who changed my course. And what I've come to realize is I've gotten older and more mature, and I think the hair speaks for itself. When I say older and more mature, it's a nice way of saying I'm getting old, real old, but we have the power of one within us. We have got to share the lessons that others have given us. We were blessed to have mentors in our life. We were blessed to have people who take us on their track, who hold us in their arms and teach us the core values and the non-negotiables in our lives. We have an obligation, and we have to treat it as a privilege, as the power of one, to elicit the greatness out of others. And I don't care if you are 10 years old, 20 years old, 100 years old, you have the ability. And through Charge Up, which I started back in 2017, I work with student athletes, both high school and the NCAA level. And I remind them every day, the power that you hold is amazing. You are cream of the crop. You have got to use that, though. You have to elicit the greatness within yourself by being self-aware, and you have to elicit the greatness, in other words, through your confidence and through your attitude, and we've heard it, and through your body language. And I'm going to add smile to it as well. My chapter is a reflection of what I believe changed the trajectory of my life when I realized I have the power to influence others. So I have a conscious choice to make. Am I going to influence them in a positive way, or am I going to influence them in a negative way? I choose positive, and I will continue to choose positive. Thank you, Chip, from the bottom of my heart for 3 times. I am blessed. Thank you, Sugar Ray, for dealing with my Italianness and letting me be at the end of every single one of these things. I hope that caboose pulls its weight and does what it needs to. But you keep doing your job, Oz, because you, man, I'm telling you, nobody sees what you do, but we know what you do. You're a worker. You're a servant leader back there, and we appreciate it. I'm blessed to be with this group. Thank you, Chip. Go buy some books and go get it.
Let's go. Charge up, baby. All right, man. So good. Great stuff. Thanks to the authors for going through. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing from the authors. And so we got a special little deal as we close here. And I'll turn it over to you, Sugar Ray.
I guess I got to come off mute. But I say absolutely. Listen, this is what happens. Somebody said it this way: one candle can light the world, right? And so I kind of gotta go back to, I gotta give honor to one of my coaches, Kendall Ficklin, because I was in a group that he had for men and for business owners, and met this dude who came in and looked like he could be my brother, and he's speaking one day and he's like, yeah, I'm from Houston. I was like, wait a minute, hold up. And at that time I was in Austin. I was like, I got to connect with this guy. We connected, and ever since then it's been like magic. And one day I just said, hey Chip, I got this thing where we can actually get books together. And, you know, I see the books that you're putting out, but it's time to start putting out volumes. And he said, yeah, I want to do that. And I've met some amazing authors as a result, some amazing people, some amazing business owners, some amazing educators, some amazing family people, some amazing people that are full of substance and full of just life and just humble. And one of the guys that's been with him on this ride, I want to say from day one, has been the guy that I have in the bottom right now, Mr. Charles Woods, and he has a project coming up that will be launching in January, and that's why I wanted him to stay on real quick, because like I said before, one candle can light the world, and this is just proof of how those candles begin. So Charles is starting his branch, and just wanted to highlight what's coming up in January.
Thank you, Sugar Ray, man. And I words can't explain like where I'm right now. Chip Baker, like I've had the privilege for some of you to meet Chip Baker. We're both coaches, football coaches, and we work together in special education. We created a strong bond, like 6 years together, working together, grinding through athletics and special education, and just bouncing ideas and just having deep conversations with each other. But not one time have we talked about books. You know, it's amazing. Yeah. Chip went on a journey after we separated from that connection. I went into administration. Chip went on as a head coach, and we both went on different paths, but we stayed connected. We always talked just to lift each other up. We call it our devotions that we would have with each other. But to include me on his journey, man, when he started the Success Chronicles and he was telling me about it, and I was checking him out, seeing what he was doing. Then he said, you know, like Sugar Ray said, first impact of influence, Chip hit me up, and I was like, man, no doubt. Like, I didn't even have to second guess it. Like, Chip is that guy. You know that I'm you doing it. I'm in on it, man. He's truly a brother to me. You know, we built that bond. We've known each other for a while. We Chip every day.
Every day.
And it's been every day, and it's been amazing. But he got me into writing, being an author, and I'm grateful for him and blessed to be on the Impact of Influence. I was in with Sugar Ray on his Winning Mindset, another author, Ken Wilson with his Black Man Love. Man, I've been in several books. It's pretty awesome. So I thought it was my time to do one too. And it wasn't like I just thought about it. It was Chip that pushed me into getting in it. And then with Sugar Ray called me, man, you need to go ahead and get started. So like Sugar Ray said, it's amazing. January 7th, we launch the book that I am the visionary author for. It's about us. It's not about me. It's about we. It's 15 authors in this great book. And what's amazing is 4 other authors besides myself are in this volume 5. So thank you, Chip, for being a part of it. Thank you, DP, for being a part of it. Jessica for being a part of it, and Vic being a part of it. The concrete connections, building solid relationships that last. We're in a day and age where relationships, man, it's always been a part of life. You can't do anything alone. But I thought it was time for us to kind of focus on the relationships that we build and just really reflect on that and see how important it is in life. Because some people think that you got to do things on your own, and it's not true. There's people to support you. There's relationships that you build. So I just wanted perspectives from others just to talk about the relationships that, special relationships that they've had and how they've impacted them and how they've used those relationships to impact others. So it's been a blessing, and it's can't wait. January 7th, we're releasing, and we do have some, and I gotta pay homage to Chip. We have 4 authors from this volume, but we also have 3 additional authors from, and then we have 2 authors that were from Sugar Ray's book, was the Winning Mindset. So we have authors that are just, we build these connections and these relationships with each other through this process, and it shows. You can see it. Like, there's no way that this would be my, what'd you say, Sugar Ray, 10th time best-selling author? Like, there's no way I could be this with doing things by myself, man. I built this connection with Sugar Ray, built this connection with Chip. I'm building these connections with all of these authors, man, and I appreciate you so much, man. It's just been a blessing. Like I always say, I surround myself with positive energy. That's all I want to be around, positive energy. If you need me to convert you from negative to positive, I'm there for you, but I'm not sitting in it. I'm not staying in it. We're going to be positive. And to be a part of a group of so many like-minded individuals that are trying to do the best thing they can for those out there that are selfless is amazing. Enjoy every bit of it. January 7th, releasing Concrete Connections, building solid relationships that last. Thank you for this platform, Sugar Ray. Thank you, Chip, for getting your boy started.
Oh, man. Let's go. Man, there's a couple of things I want to kind of piggyback on that, man. Truly happy for you, Woody, man. And I tell you that all the time, but just truly grateful for you to be able to be involved with the journey. And like you said, man, we never would have even thought that it would be, never even thought about books, never would have imagined that. And so there's 3 things that come to mind for me. I think the first thing, one of my favorite quotes by my former pastor, and I share this all the time: life moves at the speed of our relationships.
Right.
And so like he just talked about the journey of, several of the authors in the different volumes and connecting and in the book. I mean, it's all about those relationships. How Sugar Ray gave the breakdown, this guy, man, it's all about relationships. And then on top of that, opportunities bring opportunities. From this, my goal has been from day one to everybody that's in the Impact of Influence books to have every one of their bucket list goals met, because we're connected to some great people. Right. And then the last component is, just like, and I think a couple people have said that as far as being positive and, like Woody said, not staying in it. I like to tell people my blood type is B positive.
Yes, sir.
And I try to stay away from the people with the blood type of O negative.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes,
and
sir.
So it's important to remain positive. And it's a choice. You have to choose that. You have to have a conscious effort to choose positivity. And so, again, I'm grateful. Never would have imagined. And I tell Woody in our devotion this every day. I try not to say it, but I have to say it. I'm blown away every day. I mean, every day, blown away, man. And I'm truly grateful for every ounce of it. And I don't take 1 ounce of it for granted. And so I'm so thankful that people believe enough in me to be a part of the journey. But in those same notes, I'm striving to work 2 to 3 times more than that to make sure that we all hit those bucket list goals, because we can.
Absolutely. And listen, like you said, Impact
Opportunity
Volume 5, y'all make sure y'all go grab a copy of it. I'm not going to send you to Amazon. I'm going to send you to each one of these authors,
Yes,
because
please.
each one of these authors have unique, amazing platforms, and if you haven't connected with those that you met today, you need to connect with them. There are 18 total authors. Their social medias are in the book, and their businesses, their platforms, from coaches to business owners to real estate investors to you name it, speakers, principals, educators, they are all doing amazing things. And the next book, January 7th, Charles Woods and crew. And like you said, 4 of the authors from this volume are actually in the next book. Make sure that you pick these books up. It's not about, to me, it's not about this company just like getting rich. Nah, I want to see every author succeed, because guess what? In 2015, when I published my first book, that book sat on the shelf for 9 months because I was so scared. I didn't have me. Like if anybody's ever watched the movie Hitch, I ain't have me sitting behind the door. I didn't. And now I know well over 359 Amazon #1 best-selling authors. Let that sink in real quick. One candle can light the world. And it takes, if you have that book inside of you, if you've been thinking about it, hey, you don't want those publishers that's dancing all in your videos, that's kicking it and whatnot. Come on over to BOBM. We'll holler at you. We'll make it happen. You know what I'm saying? That was Suge Knight. This is Sugar Ray Destin. But listen, today has been amazing. Go get that book. It's, you know what, it's a few authors that we're on. I'm gonna bring them back on because y'all know how we gotta end this thing. If you've been around Chip Baker for a minute or so, you know how we gotta end this thing.
All right, let's get it. 1, 2, 3, go get it.
Go,
let's
go
go.
get it.
That's what's up. Volume 5 all the way live.
Come on.
Come on.
I love it.